Hi there, I'm Hope with Health to Beauty Nails, and this week I felt like doing a little home pedicure action, so I'm going to take you along for the ride with me while I do my at-home spa pedicure. Before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's just get right on to the pedicure. Here are all the products that I am using, some of the tools and products. I'm also going to be using Dazzle Dry on my toes, which is a polish line that's new to me. I've been wanting to try Dazzle Dry for a while, and I reached out. They sent me this little mini kit, which is ridiculously adorable, and this has the entire system, so you do want to use the whole system together. It's not just a mix and match type of polish line. And as you can see, the base coat gets a little cloudy, so they recommend putting it into some warm water until it's totally clear, because you do not want to put it on your toes while it's cloudy. Just removing my old polish. This was the first time I had tried Dazzle Dry, and so I'm just removing that with their acetone based polish remover, and I find that I'm having really good results for the most part with this polish, and it comes off really nicely too. So I love the longevity and then also the ease of removal. There's a little cameo from Charlie there. Then I'm just going through and trimming up the nails. If you would like a more in-depth tutorial on how to safely and appropriately trim your toenails, I do have a whole video on that I will link below. But I'm just trimming them up here, and the main thing is you want to make sure that you trim from edge to edge and you don't leave any spiky bits in the corners. Then I'm just going through and gently filing. Charlie really wants to take a bite of that file. This helps me to reduce any length that I was not able to safely trim, and allows me to also round out the corners easily. A little pro tip for you: if you have any little callousing, like you can see that white spot up by the left edge of the big toe there, you can take your file and put it flat against the skin and kind of gently exfoliate it, and that can help to just buff away some extra dead skin and keep everything a little bit softer. At this point, I noticed that I had a little bit of extra base coat left over, so I want to try and get that, make sure that my toenails were totally clean of any polish. Here I'm going through and I'm using a buffer to remove the dead skin off of the nail plate. I would encourage you to use just something gentle here, and I'm just buffing along the cuticle area to remove any dead skin and prepare the nail plate for polish. I don't recommend using pushers or anything too aggressive when you're working on yourself, because you don't want to break the seal of the skin there. That skin is there for a reason. It's to protect the nail matrix, and because our feet are so low to the ground, they're in shoes, they're closer to, organisms, and they're in dark spaces, all sorts of stuff. You don't want to open up that seal and then potentially open yourself up to possible infection. So you want to be super gentle in that area. So literally, I'm just using the buffer and doing a gentle buff, and that is typically enough to remove any of that dead tissue. Here I'm starting my Callus Exfoliation with my favorite Simone Keller sandpaper-based wooden foot file. This is amazing. It is distributed by Gehwol USA. It is Swiss made. It is the highest quality sandpaper foot file for retail that you can find on the market, in my opinion. And I'm using the rougher side, just going with the grain of the skin. And I'm gently filing any harder areas, get a little bit of an edge around my heel there, anything that's a little thicker, both sides of the ball of my foot, and around the heel. Also on that big toe there, I get a little bit of a callus. Then I go in and I flip the file to the finer side, and I'm just gently buffing and polishing just to make sure everything is nice and smooth. I do have a video all about how to care for your calluses at home, so I'll link that below as well. But we really want to be gentle here. Don't go too crazy when you're filing your feet. You really just want to gently polish and exfoliate what you got, and we're looking for results over time. Callus is not built in a day, and we don't want to remove it in a day, so I would suggest starting with exfoliating your feet once a week, and then depending on how severe the callus is, you could bump that up to twice a week. But like I said, don't go too crazy. So now I'm going in with the nail prep, which is the first step of Dazzle Dry, and you want to remove any oils and just totally cleansing the nail plate. This prep solution does not leave a chalky finish, so that is something that is new to me. I'm used to like totally dehydrating the nail plate, and this does not do that. So now my base coat is entirely clear. It has totally been declouded, and I'm just applying that to all of my nails. I will let you know too, this is not my best personal polish job. It's very challenging to polish your own toenails. You just gotta kind of contort yourself into it, but we managed here. And you'll notice on the left side, you can really see the difference in texture. So part of what makes Dazzle Dry so unique is that it dries in 5 minutes. It's also hypoallergenic, so it's safe for pretty much everyone, it seems like. But you really want to wait for each coat to dry before you apply your next one. So once it goes matte, that's when you know it's dry, and then you go in and you apply your second base coat. So I'm just following the directions from Dazzle Dry on this and applying my second base coat. And now I'm going in and using my color. I'm still getting the hang of how thick to apply this polish. They do recommend applying it a little thicker than you would a regular polish, so I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. This is not a color I would normally choose for myself, but you know, I feel so sweet and dainty with it on my toes. They don't have the names to the colors on the little tiny samples, but I want to say that this might be Prima Ballerina. Not positive. If you know the name of this color, please let me know in the comments. So then once that color is kind of matte, I'm gonna go in with my second coat. And the second coat of color, it's a little harder to see when it's dry because it doesn't seem to get as matte. So I went in and kind of worked on those little baby toes first because I find that the baby toes seem to dry faster for me. And then I'm going in with my top coat there. So then I'm gonna ask Siri to give us a timer for 5 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. And now we wait. I'm not gonna make you wait here for 5 minutes with me, but I ended up going for 6 minutes just in case. And as you can see, I'm touching it here. It gets really nice and dry. It's pretty impressive, I must say. Then I'm going in with their Maintain oil that they sent along with their kit to get everything nice and rehydrated. I mean, look at that. I'm just rubbing oil all over my nails and it's just regular polish and it's totally dry and nothing is getting disturbed. It's pretty amazing. Now I'm going in with the Gehwol Soft Feet Peeling Scrub, which is amazing. I'm mixing that with my Gehwol Balance Cream. This scrub is excellent. It has jojoba ester as one of the exfoliating elements, as well as some sugar crystals and bamboo, and it's just lovely. Mixing it with the lotion really offers a nice soft finish. You can almost feel the skin softening in your hands as you use this. I also like to do it this way in service for my spa pedicures. It's just lovely. If you're at home, I would just recommend using the scrub alone with no lotion in the shower, and you can just rinse off afterwards, which is a really nice way to go. Give yourself a little extra exfoliation in between your professional pedicures. Now I'm going in with my steam towels, and this feels so nice. If you're at home and you just want to give yourself a little steamed towel action, you could dampen some towels and put them in the microwave for about a minute or so. You could even use a crock pot to create steamed towels. I let my feet kind of marinate for a minute or so, and then I'm gently removing the scrub off of my feet with these as well. You want to make sure that you are removing the scrub from in between the toes, which is part of why it's a good idea just to go ahead and use it in the shower, because you can just make sure that you're rinsing everything off. And again, look at my polish, undisturbed. It's amazing. It's totally dry. Then I take the towel that was underneath my feet because it's dry, and it just helps to remove any of those last little beads that might have been left on the feet. going in with my cream one last time to just finish off everything, make sure my tootsies are nice and hydrated, and there you go, a little home spa pedicure with Dazzle Dry. I am pretty impressed by Dazzle Dry, and I gotta say my feet feel so nice and soft after this. I was really pleased with the results. Here I am, putting my socks back on because it's still a little chilly where I am. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you learned any new tips or tricks. And again, if you know the name of that polish color, please let me know in the comments. And I will see you next time.